Welcome to the Epic Games Podcast. I'm Raxzilla. She is Flack. How you doing today, Flack?
Fine, thank you. How is everybody out there?
I don't think they're going to tell us, but
Whatever.
We do have one other person with us today, and that is Jim Brown. He's the lead level designer on Gears of War Judgment, and we've got some new stuff to talk about this week, which is pretty exciting because later this week at PAX, we're going to be able to, our fans will be able to play a new free-for-all mode in Judgment. So,
Yay.
Tell us, what's that all about? What is it?
Hey, everybody out there. Just saying hi. This is Jim. Free-for-all is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It's a new game mode we're including in Judgment. No teams, and the only focus is to rack up as many kills as you can, as fast as you can. The whole spirit of the game has really kind of embraced that freedom aspect of things, and so it's freer movement, faster gameplay, no team structure, simplified controls. Just everything is much freer and faster than it used to be.
In your face.
And very much in your face, as you saw yesterday.
Yes, Free For All is one of my all-time favorites. I play it in every possible game, but I've never been able to play it in Gears. So why is now the time for Free For All?
With Judgment, we really kind of wanted to focus on fan service, right? This is the game mode that we've had the most requests for overall. The style of gameplay that we're going with has been most largely in response to requests from the community, from you guys out there, and us giving you the features, the game modes, and the game that you guys want to play.
So, in addition to new mode, we're also talking about new maps that'll be playable at PAX. We have Gondola and Library. What can you tell us about the maps?
They are both brand new maps, specifically for Judgment, and we're showing these off for the first time publicly, which is very exciting. Gondola is kind of an outdoor, mazy map. It's set on a hillside, like a little old village set on a hillside, so you can kind of wind your way up to the top. And then kind of run teardrop style, dropping over ledges all the way back down to the bottom. It's a lot faster to get down than it is to get up. And then there is a gondola system, hence the name of the map, which you can take that'll transport you from the bottom all the way up to the top, where there's some really cool power weapons. And of course, there's some goodies inside the gondolas too, so you can kind of hide in there and drop bombs and grenades on people as you're going up the top. The other map is Library, which is an indoor map. Mostly, there's a couple outdoor patio type areas, but it's mostly indoor and a little bit more open than a lot of our other free-for-all maps. So there's a real good contrast in style there between the two. The Library being a little bit darker and wide open, as opposed to Gondola being the sunny outdoor map. And as in any good library, there are lots and lots of books. And if you can find the right books to pull on, it will open some secret passages that lead to back hallways and rooms where the real powerful goodies are. So we've definitely gone toward more interactive and entertaining systems in the maps. So you'll see that across all of them, hopefully.
Both of those are really great, fun maps. Does Free For All change the way that you approach map design?
Absolutely. Going back to our UT roots was a lot of fun for a lot of people here. They were very excited to try it again. And Gears traditionally has always been about establishing that gameplay front. So you kind of try and funnel everybody to a central front in the map and then allow for a couple flanks. Whereas in free-for-all, there is no teams, there is no front. The front is you. The front is the many weapon pickups that are scattered throughout the map, and it's always changing and always moving. So gone are the kind of long lines of sight that you traditionally see, where you could watch people getting flanks, and there's a lot more corridors and traps and frenetic gameplay there. And then also, just as we've gone and really embraced that freedom of movement, that's drastically changed the way we've made maps, where you can walk off of any ledge now. It doesn't matter how high it is, you just have to take the risk of whether it's worth your life to, or how much health you're going to lose to do it. You can do mantle drops, where you can sit in low cover at the edge of a wall, mantle over, and drop down off of a cliff below. So I mean, there's just all kinds of freedom and options. Everything is faster, everything is quicker, controls are streamlined. So everything had to be taken into account as to what changes we were making in the maps.
And it seems like that height is a big part of it too, right? I mean, traditionally in Gears, it's like you're, like you said, you have these long lines of sight. You kind of tend to know when you're getting flanked, or it's a little easier.
Right, if you're paying attention, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but when we were playing yesterday, I felt like there were moments where like I was catching fire or I got killed or something. I had no idea where it came from. I'm like,
well, I think that
looking up. And
one of the biggest changes that people don't take into account when they first start playing is that along with all this and along with all the changes we're doing, there's a lot more Z-axis now too.
Yeah.
So you can have guys that are right above you that are still within combat distance of you, and you're still in danger. And typically in a Gears map, we don't have a lot of that. They're pretty flat and flanky, really, whereas these are just more windy, and you can end up in weird places and have guys dropping down on you and surprising you and doing all kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah,
there is nothing like walking off a ledge with your chainsaw revved and landing on someone's head. It is pretty intense and fun.
Yeah, gotta kind of keep your head on a swivel there.
Yes, you do.
And so one of the things also noticed that grenade functionality is a little bit different now, right?
Right. Yeah, for sure. We wanted to go more of the route of having an offhand grenade. So you spawn with a grenade. Everybody has one of varying types, and it's a true offhand grenade. So you don't even necessarily need to drop your weapon to drop one, to throw one. So we also found that with 10 players running around the map, each on their own team and each in a grenade in their back pocket, that the planted wall mines of the past became a real problem because you couldn't turn any corner without getting something blowing up in your face.
Right.
So we removed that functionality, but we still liked the idea of sticking it to players, so you can still do that. But even more fun is that the grenades are now all sticky grenades, so that if you hit somebody with it, it will stick to them even if you throw it from all the way across the map. Which again leads to a whole nother dimension of interesting things that'll happen when there's grenades falling off ledges or flying through the air, and you know that everybody you go to engage has this kind of secret weapon in their back pocket.
Yeah, and we saw that interesting, like we were talking about just before we started recording, where I had been playing yesterday and threw a sticky grenade and hit somebody and they chainsawed me after and we both died.
Yep.
So you have a lot of those kind of crazy moments with that.
With no teammates around to revive you, does that mean that there is not any DVNO anymore?
That is correct. People have seen some of that in Overrun already, and that is definitely the path we've gone with Free-for-All as well. It really kind of was a barrier that you had to kill somebody twice. It was very, very cool that you could run up and execute them and kind of get the extra credit and the extra XP for doing that. But in a free-for-all type situation, it's just a real kind of bad thing. There's lots of kill stealing and issues of I thought I got that guy, but then he got back up. And so rather than fight it, we just decided to continue with our trend of streamlining and get rid of all that. So even without changing any of our weapon strengths, everything is now that much more deadly because you get shot and you don't get into cover, or you don't get away, you're going to die. There's no more going down and reviving yourself. And there's no teammates to help you get back up. So.
And one of the things that fans have caught wind of today is that there's actually a new weapon, right?
Absolutely. One of the new weapons that we're showing off at the event is called the Breach Shot, or the Breacher, some people are calling it internally, which is kind of a long-range, high-powered rifle, single-shot, semi-automatic type thing. Not quite a sniper rifle. There's no scope on it, but it's definitely meant to be a slower rate of fire and longer-range type weapon. Single shot to the head will definitely take someone down.
Deadly.
And it has this giant blade on the bottom, so a melee hit with that thing is pretty brutal as well.
Yes.
Nice. Before we let you go, Flack and I, we're headed to PAX this weekend to play Judgment with fans. But you're actually headed to Dragon Con, right? What are you going to be doing out there?
Yeah, we've got a whole... this is the first year that Dragon Con has actually done a whole video game track. There's a whole segment there. There's people from all over the industry and all aspects of video games. And we're doing a bunch of stuff. Internally, we've got guys representing Gears. We've got guys representing Epic. We've got how to get into the industry. We've got just anything and everything related to video games we're doing. Me specifically, I'll be on a couple panels specifically about Gears, and just there trying to represent and meet some people and heck, play some games and buy some toys.
Sounds like a fun time.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us, Jim. And if you guys still have questions about Free For All, go ahead and shoot them to us, at Gears of War on Twitter or on the forums. We'll maybe bring Jim back on at some point and see if we can answer some fan questions.
Absolutely.
And in the meantime, if you're not headed out to either PAX or Dragon Con, check out epicgames.com/community for updates from those events. And we'll see you guys soon.
Awesome.
Come to PAX and play with Rack and Frack. Black. Bye. Bye, everyone.